Well, hello there, Pastor Sid here, and want to talk to those of you that are involved in pastoral ministry, worship ministry, and if you are in a small church, primarily less than 50 people or so, and you're looking to find a way to do or have a praise and worship service time that's really viable. And I know that some of you are really doing well. You've got a full band and they're volunteers and the whole deal. That's great. We've been over the years, many years have had live music, and that's been a great thing, but things change. And so we've gone from a full live band every Sunday morning to having the live band. That's actually a guy that has been leading with us or playing with us for years, is now our lead worship leader for our live band twice a month. And then we do tracks. I lead praise and worship using tracks myself, and we're wondering if the experience was going to be worthwhile, if the experience was going to be something that would glorify God, certainly. And we've found out that we've been able to glorify God. I'm going to talk more to you about utilizing the tracks as part of your church service on a Sunday morning, and how that can work for you if you will take the time to get the tracks that are appropriate for the message possibly, or appropriate for the worship that you'd like to have for the morning. Some newer songs, older songs, depends on what you like in reference to the praise, songs that really honor, lift up our name before the Lord, lift up our voices before the Lord rather, and let Him know how great He is in our lives. And then we go to a time of worship before the Lord and honor Him as our King and our God, and allow Him to know that we want to bask in His presence. We want Him to receive our worship as a sweet smelling savor unto Him. Now, to utilize tracks and make that happen effectively, there's got to be a little bit of a skill level in reference to production is concerned. We would take an individual track and individual tracks and burn them together on a CD. And what we do is we have some of the more popular songs, or songs that I mix a little bit of old and new at the same time, and try to accommodate our audience that we have present, plus those that would come in that are younger, that may not know the Lord, or have a different preference in music. And so we're really accommodating and really blessing people at the same time with the music that we have on. So we've got the tracks that we burn to CD, and then we start them off with a popular song that everybody knows typically, or a simple enough song that people can actually learn. And so as we would start off, I generally get up and I have a prayer time and a short time of exhortation, and then we go right into the music. The band's never late, okay? The band's always on time. They're always on cue. They're always sounding wonderfully. And so I've got the band going behind us, and I have to know the songs. Now, often we have the cheat sheet in front of us. You're going to use that. I don't use that. But you also have the projector, if you have a projector, to turn around and look at the words of the songs if you have to. But we try not to use that as well. But ideally, we're singing along with the track. These are sometimes full tracks with the singers already involved, and leaders already leading, and the leader, me at this point, will be just leading alongside that person that's leading that song. And so I'm just singing along, and now I happen to have a little bit of a skill to sing, so that helps a little bit better as well. But if you don't have that skill, you can even let the leader lead the songs, and perhaps in between songs you can have a chance to minister to the folks that are with you that morning or afternoon or evening, whatever time you're doing the service. But what we've done also in reference to that is taking some of the instrumentals, music tracks that are just that, instrumental music tracks that don't have all the lead singing in it, but they may have a background singers, and sometimes no background singers, but have all the instrumentation. And so we'll take those and lead out and involve the people of the congregation to participate in the worship. And that's a great time to have a chance for people to be involved, because again, they're songs that they know, and if they're not songs that they know right off the bat, we're teaching at the same time. So we have a great chance to minister the Word of God in song, a chance to worship God in spirit and in truth, and not feel as though we've left something out or losing something, or not feeling as though we're accomplishing a great deal for the day because we're utilizing tracks. This is music that human beings are singing to, live human beings are singing to right on in the sanctuary. And as we worship God together, folks are really having not just a good time, but they're having a time of worship before the Lord. And again, we're utilizing tracks that have a full accompaniment of singers as far as the leaders are concerned, and background singers, and the congregation sings along. Then we have the tracks that have sometimes the accompaniment of just only background singers, and the leader, in the case would be the leader, I'm leading the song, and the background singers are singing along with the congregation. Then sometimes we just have just a track itself, instrumental version of it, and there's no background singers, and I encourage the congregation to sing along as well. Sometimes what I'll do to do an introduction of a brand new song is to take the chorus or a popular portion of the lyrics and just have that reduced to a smaller version of the song and play that over and over again, maybe 2 or 3 times through, so people actually get to learn the actual chorus of the song or the main lyrics of it, and that helps us to understand how to sing that particular song, and we as we worship together. And those are some of the things that we're doing to help ourselves have a worship experience that glorifies God, and the people feel as though they're not being cheated because we don't have a live band all the time. Now, the reason we do it this way, by the way, too, is that I have a live band. We've got a saxophone player, we've got a guitar player, a bass player, and a lot of people don't even have that. We've had a guitar player, and a lead guitar player, and a piano player at one time, and we don't have that. So we've got a guy that used to be the second guitar player, now leading. So don't want to burn him out. Don't want to burn out the guy that plays the drums either. Don't want to burn these guys out, and they're in an age where they can travel around and do different things. So to give them a scheduled time to be off. They're playing twice a month. I'll lead twice a month, and if there's a third Sunday in the month, I'll lead the third Sunday or have a guest come in, a guest musician, and we work that way to make our ministry time most effective for the whole team. So people are having a chance to see live, and they're also having a chance to see the recorded track version. I was kind of concerned about myself because I hadn't led worship before in my life, and I said, well, I can sing a little bit, and I'm the pastor, bless God, and I'll get up and do what I can do, and found out that it's been really kind of fun because I've had a chance to learn new songs myself, have to learn them, and have to put these songs together and really prepare a lot to get myself ready for a Sunday morning. I'll do maybe 20 to 30 minutes or so of music on a Sunday morning, and even sometimes have just instrumental at the very end of it where we're able to sing in the Spirit or sing and worship together and just honor God together, or pray for a moment or so and minister to the folks at the same time. We try to make it as live as possible so that folks are feeling as though that this is really happening in real time, and it really is. And it's just, we try to take away the whole idea of it being so canned. And so it's not always a full song. Sometimes we play full songs, and sometimes we play portions of songs, but we've got it all tightened up, and nobody knows exactly how the flow of the song is going to go except for me. Now, I've not done the same exact songs over and over again. I thought I would have a set of songs that would be the ones that I'd use consistently, and found out that that's not kind of how it works. Okay, so we've been utilizing, and I of course use some of the same songs again and again, but we don't use them in the same order all the time. So what I'm learning a whole lot right now, is that music is a powerful way to get people's attention, and as folks are connecting with us, and I've been able to just pray through and say, God, help me to become a better worship leader, help me become a better person that is identifying with you first and foremost, and I find that my experience that I have personally by myself when I'm worshiping God with the tracks that God's given me to put together, I put them all together, and I'm singing through them and worshiping through them and honoring God through them and crying through them and just experiencing God in a whole new way in my own personal worship time. And so it's been great to be able to do that. I thought I'd put together this video for churches that are smaller. If you get less than 50, maybe more than 50, I'm not sure. But if you have a challenge having a dynamic worship experience and you don't have a band, that's consistent, what we've done again is now gone completely away from a band, but we have a band again twice a month, and then there's only only 4 weeks in a month. I do twice a month myself as the lead pastor. Now I hopefully at some point work myself out of a role doing this. Okay, have a team developed around me that will be singing and eventually somebody else leading the worship. But I wanted to have the experience myself first and foremost so that I could actually teach other people how to do the same thing. And that's our aim, is to do that, is to help people get into the ministry themselves. Hey, bless you. Have a great day. Just wanted to stop by and do this short video with you and give you a chance to identify with our hearts in reference to worship as well and how we go by doing it. We'll see you. Bye.